was off a wrecked one, so I think it was like $90 or something like that, and we were able to machine it down and figure out how to bolt it onto a Chevy column. And I got a buddy that works at an aerospace company, and so he put the middle piece was kind of missing because it's where the airbag had been before, it was in a crash. And so he made this like real carbon fiber, like aerospace, grade carbon fiber, like center cap for it. And I thought it was
awesome.
appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. But so this is more than just a show car though. You're taking it off road and doing what Jeeps do best, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We, I grew up around race cars, and so, it's always kind of our beliefs that the Jeeps or any kind of car that you make should be able to have a little fun with it too, regardless of what it's intended to do, whether it's a street car or not. So yeah, we've had it, and we took it to Moab almost, literally as soon as it was done, we took it to Moab and did a little bit of off-roading there. And then this footage is from about a week and a half ago. We took it out to Anza-Borrego, which is about an hour and a half east of San Diego. We have some beautiful desert out there, and it was just a beautiful day. We did 27 miles on the trail that day, and the Jeep did great. We were really stoked. One big question mark for the day was whether we would make it 27 miles off-road, because off-road range is a little bit different, or at least we were guessing it would be a little different, because it's softer sand, as you can see here, that it's kind of sand washes that we were spending most of the day in. The air pressure we put down real low to kind of smoothen out the ride. So I think we're running about 17 psi of tire pressure most of the day in the Kumo tires. And but yeah, we did 27 miles, and it's only an 18.8 kWh battery. It's a battery out of a 2017 Chevy Volt. So I think that's, talking to other people that have off-roaded with electric cars, I think one data point that I think is really good is talking to some people that run like Rivian off-road and stuff. And I think this kind of weekend day trip type of off-roading, where you're going maybe 10 miles an hour on average, and you're with a group of friends, like I think you're going to see that you get really good mileage relative to what you would expect with a gas car. And I think it's going to be a really, really good use case for electric cars.
Do you have, what are you using to control it? Are you able to see what your like your watt hour per mile is at all when you're off road?
Yeah. So I have like a little display. So I can't really see, like, so I have the Orion BMS is running the battery.
Okay.
And once I get that dialed in, there's so many different aspects of this build. It's been together since April, but there's still so many things I can fine tune. And one of them is the kind of getting the BMS still kind of completely dialed in, so it knows where the battery is. But I can see the pack voltage. That's what I've mostly been going off, is just pack voltage. And just from experience, I've driven the car to work maybe about 7 times. I live about 10 miles from where I work. I've driven it to work, and so about 10 miles there, and then I can charge it up at work. At work, we get free charging, so I'll charge it up, and then I can stop even at like a charge point. It works like on a J1772 at a charge point, and I can charge there. And just based on driving around town and a little bit of off-roading I've done, I kind of got a feel for how many volts it would drop. Usually I've been charging it to about high 385, maybe 390 volts before we went out to the desert. It's a 360 nominal pack voltage, but I'll bring it down to about 320 volts. And just based on that is kind of where I've kind of been gauging the state of charge so far. I think the Orion has some features to kind of do it in a more scientific way, but so far I've just been using the pack voltage to kind of gauge where I'm at.
Yeah, it's interesting. Before I started talking to builders, I didn't quite understand that how that voltage drop worked, and it was kind of like a fuel gauge, where it's like full. The pack is outputting, you know, a certain amount of voltage. What did you say, 393 or something like that? That's like considered full.